Good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Tadigan, faculty, staff, family and friends. Thank you for the honor of speaking to you this evening. Counting my own, this is my 20th high school graduation. Many of my colleagues seated here can boast more than that. Ms. Tadigan, after 32, let me congratulate you on finally getting it right and add my voice to the chorus that wishes you the very best in your retirement. Thank you for your support. Having been to so many school graduations, I can tell you that while all of them celebrate special people, the ceremonies themselves can begin to seem somewhat similar. As you've probably already noticed, there are a lot of speeches. Often they extol two groups: the graduating institution, Edgemont High School, and the class, the sublime class of 2013. That is appropriate, and yet somehow it always makes me think just a little bit of Kurt Vonnegut's novel, Cat's Cradle. In it, Vonnegut challenged the meaningfulness of false or arbitrary groups based on circumstance or ideology or geography. The first time we see this is when his protagonist John is celebrated as a Hoosier by a fellow native of Indiana. Vonnegut's word for such a group is Granfalloon. Other examples of Granfalloons, he writes, are the Communist Party, the Daughters of the American Revolution, the General Electric Company, the International Order of Odd Fellows, and any nation, anywhere, anytime. Later in the novel, he adds Cornell University to the list. Vonnegut fears, as many do, the loss of self that is associated with identifying too closely with a group. And he urges us in Cat's Cradle to find those people with whom we have a more genuine connection. He writes, "If you wish to study a Granfalloon, just remove the skin of a toy balloon." It's impossible to deny, as tonight certainly attests, the beauty and the significance of this community, Edgemont, to me and to you, and the pride we feel at being part of it. At the same time, though, we must be careful not to let that pride turn into chauvinism, the belief that it's the only place we could have spent the last 12 years. There are many wonderful communities. The educated person, so goes one definition, is able to tolerate such ambiguity. In To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf, James, a character about your age, marvels that the lighthouse that he's finally reached after years of admiring it from across the bay looks different up close than it did from far away. So that's the lighthouse, he says, when he sees it in all its close-up painted detail. But then he realizes, no, the other lighthouse is true too. For nothing was simply one thing. And so it goes with graduations. So now that you are all well on your way to being educated, let me use my opportunity tonight to offer you some ambiguity. Embrace Edgemont. Celebrate its meaning in your life. Embrace the idea that being part of this place, part of the class of 2013, confers upon you a special status, one that you've earned and that can never be taken away. At the very same time, let it go. Because you know that Granfalloonery of this sort has the capacity to obscure who you are. Appreciate Edgemont and the truly important skills and character you've built here, the sophisticated habits of mind, the ability to think and read critically, the work ethic, the drive. At the very same time, recognize the limitations of these skills and character, for they are still developing. And whatever Granfalloon you join next will have its own special set of challenges, many of which Edgemont has prepared you for, some of which it has not. Remember Edgemont. Look around you. We're all together for the very last time. Capture it. You are a Panther for life. At the very same time, forget it. Congratulations on achieving the opportunity to do that.